Oh,
Half of it, you get half.
sweet. I'm used to it.
We're live.
I got the
All
tap.
right. Call order. Stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We'll do attendance.
Ernie Poffenbarger present.
Wayne Presley, present.
Scott Hornbrook, present.
Scott Amos, present.
Brian Smith present.
Okay, would you like
For the minutes,
to read our minutes from last meeting?
we did the pledge roll call, Diane Smith, Scott Amos, RD, and Dwayne Presley. Whole business was the kennels 40x20 and 60x20, owner of Wago Bottoms Inn and Resort. Kaylee Hodson, qualifications on file, 13 kennels on 6.5 acres, back of barn, concrete floors, 6 dogs. They have 6 dogs. Cameras will be provided. No animals will be running at large. We'll have a fence. We'll be 90 feet from neighbors, 4x10 kennels and 8x5 kennels. Wants 8 to 13, not including her dogs. Knows where the vet's offices are. Motion to grant for 16 animals. RD did the first motion, Dwayne the second motion. They can take some of our animals if we're picking them up in town. Open maybe at Christmas, discount rates. They have quotes for their insurance. Table until next meeting on the towers. And Presley adjourned and Diane Smith second. Do you need that?
No, it's okay.
Motion to accept the minutes as read.
Second. All those in favor? So moving along to old business, was tower issue that we were looking at. We have, ordinances from the county, what their standards are, and, guest speaker this evening to enlighten us a little bit and,
Can you stand up to the
Yes.
podium or what?
yes, go to the podium.
All righty.
Identify yourself and
Hello, my name is Michael Pelser. I, am a, tower erector and not manufacturer, but communications specialist for the last 25 years. A little background on me, I built all of Madison County's P25 radio system. I built Blackford County's, Henry County, Delaware County, Grant County. They average about, I don't know, 10 to 20 towers a year that I manufacture or that I build and erect for municipalities, United States government, Homeland Security, FAA. So I'm here to answer any questions that you guys may have regarding anything above 100 feet in the air. I can answer about any question that you need or want to ask.
I missed the initial meeting, so I didn't know what had already been discussed, I guess.
we just started.
Oh, okay.
You missed
Oh,
nothing.
okay.
You missed nothing.
I've missed nothing. Yeah, I guess how tall are you looking to go?
I'm not looking to go anywhere. This is all for you guys, that the county or that your guys' I was asked to come and answer any questions regarding companies wanting to deploy towers in your town.
Okay, I thought you were the one wanting to put up the new towers.
I don't care. But
We have 4 at this point, wanting and interested that are contacting myself, the board members, and wanting to know our ordinances, And at this point, we don't have any ordinances or regulations on it, so it was given
Oh, okay.
to the planning commission to do that and then send it to the town.
All right.
So who are the 4 people? Are they, you don't have to say their names, but are they cell carriers? Are they radios, or are they internet companies?
Those are for cell carriers. Yes.
Cell and internet, I believe.
Huh.
I think there was an internet company.
There was also one that was internet, would also have an internet thing on their tower, but they would have the big three, as they said, on for the cell phone coverage.
So these guys are wanting to erect a tower and then they're wanting to lease
Correct.
the tower space out to the big companies.
Correct.
So there's 3 major tower owners in the United States. It's Crown Castle, American Tower, and but anyway, there's 3 of them. Crown Castle and American Tower are the 2 biggest. They own hundreds of thousands of towers all over the United States. They buy towers. American Tower is the other one.
Crown Castle's one of them.
Crown Castle, American Tower, and SBA Towers is the other one. So that's the 3 largest tower owners in the United States. They build towers, they buy towers, they manufacture them, they lease them out to everybody. Crown Castle is a very well-known company. They're upstanding company that's in the United States. They're very, they have government entities on their stuff all the time. The thing with the government entities is they found out it's cheaper to build their own versus paying rent of anywhere from $500 to $2,500 a month, because that's usually what they charge. So $500, $2,500 a month, make you sign a 5-year contract at a minimum. They could go up to a 10-year contract if they want. My recommendation to you guys, depending on what you want to do, I'll be more glad to help you look over anything that they want to submit to you. Just so you know, anything that is 199 feet or taller has to have a light on it. That is the standard FAA rule across the United States. 199 or higher has to have a light on it. If you go to 500 feet or higher, it has to have 2 strobe lights on it. That's one at the top blinking, one at the middle. That's anything over 400 feet actually, but they usually stay around 500. But anything over 400 feet and taller has to have 2 different strobe beacon lights on it at all times, daylight and nighttime. So you'll see them white during the day, red during the night. Or the towers have to be painted red and white, and then they can get away with the strobes. But nobody wants to do that because every 5 years you got to go back and paint the towers, and they're charging $65 a foot to paint a tower. It's a lot of money. So it's easier to go with the light system. So that is something that you have to take in consideration for your residents. Is anything over 200 feet will have a light on it, and then we'll have a beacon on the top of it. When they put these in there, they will put a road. They'll need a road access. Typically, the compounds are around 75 by 75. Inside that compound, you will have multiple buildings, depending on how big a compound you want to lease out to them. But they'll have a building for like AT&T, a building for Verizon, a building for T-Mobile, whatever, and then other people will have that on there. So you'll need to make sure that you have plenty, wherever you put it at, you'll have to have plenty of power, because they'll need like a 3-phase drop in there that will break it off to 110 or whatever, 200 amp services for them. They don't need no water, no sewer, none of that stuff. But you also need to understand that where you put these up at, then you have to worry about people trying to break in them and steal the copper, because there's a lot of copper inside there, and there's a lot of copper junkies, I guess is what you're for political term that you want to try to be polite. Scrappers. They like to break in there and steal copper. They will do that stuff. I mean, we've seen them get electrocuted, we've seen them get killed, and there's all kinds of different things that they do. So, to be aware of that wherever you guys decide to put it, just think of that. And if you do decide to lease the ground out to somebody and have them doing it, make sure you have a strenuous program on it, because they have a tendency to loudly, they're forgotten about. These companies are all over the United States. They might have a building or an office in Chicago, and they might have a building who knows where, but they're going to forget about a little tower in Summitville, Indiana. They're not going to forget about that paycheck coming in from the people that's getting it. But as far as going over and maintaining the the property, you get weeds growing out of control and it's got sore, their eyesore, looks like crap, and you guys don't need that here. I mean, you own the property, so. The other option you have is to build a tower on your own. Own it yourself. And then lease it out to these same people. You would be the primary owner at that point. You signed a 10-year, a 5-year, 10-year, 15-year contract with these people. You're locked in, they're locked into you for 10 years, 20 years, however you want to do it. And then you maintenance the tower, your first initial expense is up, but you're rounding around here, you have people working here, you can take care of it, you know what's going on, you have that ability to do it yourself. Then you become a profitable side on that side of it, where you're actually making revenue off of it. You put 3 carriers and a couple or internet companies out there. The internet companies are gonna pay you $250 to $500 a month. Sign a 5-year contract on it. You start doing math, that's pretty good money. A cell carrier's gonna pay you $2,500 to $3,000 a month. Put 3 of them on there, you're making $15,000 a month for 5 years, or 10 years, or 20 years, however. You have to look at it as a business owner at your size. I'm sitting on that side of the table. You have to look at it as a business owner if you wanted to go that way. If you don't want to go that way, then it's easier to sign a contract where you're not going to make as much money. You don't have to deal with it. So that's the 2 things that you guys have to determine as yourself.
Is there a common height that you would say that?
Most cell carriers like to be around 250 to 275 feet. Being that I say that, to do that, it usually takes anywhere from 6 months to a year to even get approval. So, here you have the approach going into Marion Airport that they would take in consideration. The approach going into Muncie Airport. Yeah, they're still far away, but you gotta think them planes are starting to come down and stuff. So, they do a study. There's a company out of Ball State that does a study. They'll come out, they'll put up a balloon to the height that you want, like a big red balloon. They fly it up in the sky. They go around, take pictures. It's a big study deal that you have to do. Then believe it or not, there's somebody else that has to sign off on it that most people would not believe that has to sign off on it, but that's the Native Indians in the United States. And it has to be sent to all the tribes around that wants to petition on it. And they have to sign off on it. And sometimes you might have to pay. I mean, for Madison County, they had to pay, I think, upwards of $8,000 or $10,000 to Indian tribes in Oklahoma. Nothing to do with Madison County, Indiana. But in 1800, when we took their land from them, the United States government gave them the rights to the sky. So anything that's over 100 feet or 200 feet in the air, Indians have the rights to it, and you have to get signed off on it. It's not that big a deal, but it's just a lot of legwork of, hey, I need you to do this, or I need you to sign off on this, and I need you to sign off on that. And I mean, it's typically they don't really care because they have their casinos now, but you still have to follow the chain of command and all the steps to do it legally. So it usually takes anywhere from to doing it yourself or anybody doing it as far as this goes. And anybody does it, it's going to take them a year or better to get this going.
Good to know, for sure.
If you see anything in the air that's over 200 feet or it has a light on it, it's 200 feet.
So 199 and under does not require a light.
It does not require a light, does not require an environmental study, and it does not require the Indians.
Huh.
You can take it to 199. Right there. That's 3 of
Magic
them.
number.
Is that what made that much difference?
No matter, they had to put a stopping point somewhere.
All right.
I mean, lottery numbers, you miss it by 1 number, does that make it a difference?
So far it has.
Yeah.
There has to be a number somewhere. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
that's the rules. That's what the,
From what I've seen so far, the companies that are interested in doing that like 20-year lease on a piece of property.
99.99 year lease with a 5% increase every 5 years.
Go for 99 year.
Most of them do 99 years. That's what they want to do. If they're going to invest $200,000, $250,000 in building this on their property, they want to know that you're not gonna come out there in
Well,
20 years and tell them to get their stuff.
We
get the heck
had
out of there.
one company, that we referenced earlier that you said, they had submitted a submittal for a 20-year. It was but there was option on it.
Right.
I think, and that gave them the option at the end of the 20 years to renew it automatically, and we couldn't stop them.
You have to give them 6 months notice if you're gonna terminate the contract.
Right. And,
If you don't let them know within 6 months, then it's automatic renewal. So,
then one company submitted something, they wanted to buy a piece down the Lions Den, which we can't sell as the town, and that wasn't, only one company was interested in down there, and we told them they had to do a, lease type thing. They did submit, it was a 89 year, I think, it wasn't 99, but 89 some year lease, and it was like, we don't know if we can do that, but the Lions Den thing. But these companies, I know they're blowing up town board members. The one company, the Crown, the guy keeps checking back with me. And I'm like, we're in the process. We're working on it.
it's all up to you guys on what you wanna do. I mean, they're not gonna screw you over. It depends on whether you wanna spend a little bit of money to make a long amount of money. Or do you wanna just make a little bit of money and let them do it? Because after you do sign that year, whether it's a 20-year lease or an 800 or an 80-year lease, I mean, you're locked in it for 20 years, you're locked in it for 80 years. It doesn't really matter.
Well, and I should have said that at the 20 years, it had an automatic, they had the right to renew it. We didn't have a right to cancel it. So if they wanted to say, we're done with you, they could have pulled it out.
Right.
But we couldn't say, no, you're done. They
Oh,
can
I
renew
guarantee you
it.
their contract's gonna benefit them. They're not gonna benefit you guys.
Right.
Because they're making money off of it and they don't care. I mean, whether you make money or not, they're there to make money. They're not wanting to put anything up there if they don't wanna make money.
What's it's a little bit, what's the average that a piece of land goes for, a lease or something like that?
I wouldn't go I wouldn't go no less than probably $1,000 or $1,500 a month. You gotta remember, these guys are gonna charge these cell companies $2,500 to $3,000, $4,000 a month, depending on how much they're gonna put on there. I mean, you go $1,000 and then every carrier you put on there, you can do another $500 for every carrier you do on there. I mean, there's 100 different ways to do it. I don't think they'll do a profit sharing with you, but if you do it, I mean, they'll probably want to come and say $500 a month or $750 a month. That's where you just have to negotiate with them. It's like, oh, we'll do it for $750 a month, but every time a piece of equipment's on top of there, then we're going to charge you another XYZ. Because the way they do it is, you got 4 antennas going on this side of the tower, 4 antennas going on this side of the tower, 4 antennas going on this side of the tower. You got 12 antennas on there. They're gonna go up there and they're gonna identify them 12 antennas. They're gonna fly drones. They're gonna do all this stuff. They're gonna charge them for them 12 antennas. They go back up there and 2 weeks later, there's 13 antennas on there. Guess what? They've got another bill that they're adding on top of that. So you guys can say, okay, well, I want a contract every time you want to see it. This is the way you can do it. This is the business side of it. He's like, all right, well, we'll sign you that. But every time you have somebody that you put on there, our rent goes up XYZ because you're getting XYZ off that money. Why can't I make money off of it?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like, well, okay. And then you say, I want a contract, or I want to know how many pieces of equipment's going to be on there for AT&T. I want to know how many pieces are going to be on there I want to know how many pieces are going to be on there for this. I want to know how many pieces are going on for that. All them, and then you have a total of, there's 24 pieces of equipment on that tower, and you're supposed to be paid, I'm just shooting numbers, $2,000 for them 24 pieces of equipment on that tower, right? You don't know that. That's where you pay me. I'll come in, fly a drone, and say, all right, here's 500 pictures of that tower. You have supposed to have 24 pieces of equipment on that tower. Now you have 35 pieces of equipment on that tower. You guys are losing $400 or $500 a month. You wouldn't know no different. You guys only have the benefit of knowing me, being honest with you, because I'm not trying to make money off of you. I don't care one way or another. These guys don't care about me one way or another. I work for the government. I don't work for AT&T. I don't work for none of them guys. The way I look at them so guys is they're like lawnmower guys. They'll try to cut each other's throat and they want the best deal, the best way they can get it. That's just how it works. Nothing wrong with it. I mean,
Just the business.
it's the business.
Okay.
Good information.
Any
I
other
can talk to
questions?
you all night about anything you need to know, so. 25 years of doing it, I mean, I'm not gonna question your guys', I'm not gonna question American Water for 25 years, I'm not gonna question you on manufacturing stuff for 25 years. I mean, if you got a question about it, I will be more than glad to answer anything on it, so.
Well, that's why we kind of felt somebody impartial to the process
Yeah.
would be the best to give us, the rundown.
I don't know if
versus
the
one
town
of
can
the
do it, I
people.
mean, your best bet would be to put your own tower up. I mean, that's the most profitable for you.
Mhm.
Tower's gonna be good for 30 years. Put a solid lake tower up, it's 30 years, but a lot of money up front.
Mhm.
It's a lot of money up front, but if you got, there's grants or bonds or something like that, you look at it over the long run, at the minimum, you sign a 5-year contract on somebody, even the internet companies, you charge them $500 a month. The small internet companies, I mean, money for 5 years over $500 a month, then you get these carriers on there. It'd be harder for municipality, other than like going on top of water tower. They love going on top of water towers because it's structured that's not going nowhere. Go to Pendleton, Pendleton's making $9,000, $10,000, $12,000 a month off of renting off their water tower that they own. They're making a bunch of money just off their water tower down there.
For structure that was already there.
The structure was already there. It's just extra free cash that they're making.
I'm getting no idea, Scott.
Well, when they built this, when it's already built and ready to go,
Yeah.
but then the company had a second take on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same way then when they built the new Alexandria water tower down there. They have that new one on the south side of Alexandria. It's got all the ring up there and ready to go.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to go there because it's surrounded by Anderson's got them all there, all the way around it. You guys are out here in the middle of nowhere. Now the tower up on 1750 North, 69. I climb that tower all the time. It's a Crown Castle tower. And it has every carrier on it as well. That's why I'm kind of surprised that they want to come here. And you got one over here on 1650 and 9.
Mhm.
It's got carriers on it too. But does the cell phone service suck that bad in town here?
Yeah,
Depends who you have,
Yeah.
but most of them do. They're horrible.
Yeah. So you pretty much have a gold mine. You put whatever you want up in the sky, you're gonna have people begging to come and get on it. If it sucks over here.
Yeah.
That's why Crown Castle is blowing you up, and that's why they won't leave your town board members alone, because they know that they're gonna make a fortune.
So we gotta hire you to.
You don't have to hire me. I'll give you all the free advice you want.
Set it up and-
I'll give you all the free advice you want. Now, if you want me to put a tower up, then you're gonna hire me, but I'll give you all the free advice you want, but you just have to look at it from a different, I mean, you wouldn't know no different. If you're not in the tower world, you ain't gonna know no
Exactly.
different.
Yeah.
You're just gonna say, yeah.
Fix your water leak past that.
Mhm.
Yeah, these guys they're making us a pretty good deal. It's free money for this town. Well, it is, and they're gonna try to lowball you the best they can to get the best deal they can, because they know they're gonna make money off of you.
Right.
And if you have a good attorney, whenever you do get a contract, make sure you have them look it over and you make changes you guys wanna make your changes on it. Because they're at your mercy. You're not at their mercy. That land don't give two shits. You can go down there and mow it. It ain't gonna matter to you guys.
Right.
Don't let them have the ball in their court, and they will try to have the ball in their court. They'll want the ball to be in their court because they want to benefit them.
That's right.
So make sure you guys will versatile on that.
Any other questions for Mr. Poser? Okay,
If you guys need me to do, you got my number.
okay, appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll leave you guys alone for the rest of your meeting. I don't need to sit in it no more, so. You can talk bad about me as I'm walking out. I'm good.
Thank you for coming.
thank you.
You guys have a great night.
You do.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, for cost.
Yeah,
You're gonna
that's
recoup.
what I think.
Yeah.
How much is that for a car? 200,000?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, even if it is,
Depends on the height,
Yeah.
obviously.
but you put up too short a tower, nobody's gonna wanna use it, so.
No, they can't get their reception out, you think?
Right.
They had to walk.
Right.
So you're gonna have to do the 250 like he said, probably.
Or 275 or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be my recommendation, to do it yourself instead of hiring somebody and having them. Taking all the
Somebody,
reaping all the profits.
Mm-hmm.
you get him, somebody like his
Right.
company to build it.
Yeah. And maintain. it.
Yeah.
Basically.
Because if something goes out.
Yeah.
He's the guy that climbs it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 'cause we
Whether
wouldn't
they build it
maintain
or we
their
build it.
equipment. It would just be our, like, light, strobe,
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. We would have to maintain.
Right.
But I think we're gonna have to, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe we need to adopt or suggest ordinances on it and then present to the board our thoughts.
Maybe I'll just build one next week down on my property real quick before you get an ordinance going.
Pay the Indians off.
See, we already had that tried.
Rain dance, you're all good.
The CEI, one of the companies interested, called me and said they wanted a permit.
Yeah,
I said, what are you erecting? Cell phone tower. I
Yeah.
said, we don't have an ordinance yet or guidance on that. It has to go through our planning commission, so the
Right.
permit was delayed. So they already have a piece of property somewhere.
oh, yeah,
That lays, that they got their eye on, so they could have threw it in, if they bought an empty lot somewhere that was big enough in the middle of town.
sure,
If we had issued a permit, not knowing, thinking, okay, yeah, you come to attack, they'd have that, we've been working on it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
No, I think you got the perfect spot down there. I mean, it's away from most homes.
yeah,
And down at the end of,
there's already road access or gravel access, which is most of them, but we're
Right.
still in a little dispute with that, trying to figure out the land down
Yeah.
there.
Where the property lines are at.
Yeah.
We had that dispute with
Lake
John
Street,
years
Yes.
ago.
Yes.
how far does that go down towards the creek?
quite a ways.
Quite a ways.
Mhm. It's back behind the houses and everything there. That's where there's still a tower there that I think is 100 foot now. That's cable companies abandoned. That was their local antennas that they picked up the local channels. We actually have a little building sitting there that's ours that they pulled out all their equipment, head end equipment, because they were down there one day and I saw a guy jerking stuff out there and wiring. So I go up, I'm like, whoa, buddy, what are you doing? And he was actually from the company and he's like, yeah, we're abandoning this site. I'm like, so what's that mean about the building? Because we didn't construct it. He's like, it's on your property, it's yours. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
So I was just kind of, all right.
All right, well, so how we feel about, adopting the, county standards?
This here,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, that makes
I
sense.
think that
It's
makes,
already-
yeah, sense for us to do, and then, that puts us kind of on a level playing field, at least with requirements and, offsets and then, obviously, if we run into an issue that, we need to tweak something a little bit, we can always
yeah,
go back and do that, so. And if we have a piece of property that currently has a tower, then we're basically grandfathered that property anyway. I don't know that it does or doesn't meet these requirements as far as distances and offsets and that kind of thing, so.
I don't believe probably, well, that 100 foot tower wouldn't hit their house. If it fell in a direct line, it might catch the garage.
Yeah.
But that would be,
we need a motion to adopt this?
Yeah, I think we need to
I'll make it.
make a motion to adopt
Yes,
it then.
yes, sir.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, moving along to new business then. So RD, you had a couple
yeah,
things.
and will you be at the meeting Wednesday night next week? I will not be to give,
Probably.
okay, because I'm at a conference down at Princeton, so.
I don't know for sure, but probably.
Okay.
I'll try to be.
To present that to the board.
Yeah.
We need to look at updating our zoning map. We've had a realtor that's pretty upset that we have some duplexes setting that's in single residential zones. It's the ones there on, Summit and Howard. He's getting ready to sell them. He's been blowing us up about, and I mean, not just me, Susie, Robin, and every board member sending emails. I want an updated zoning map. I want, you know. He said because they're not zoned for multifamily. That's one, which technically he's right. So we were talking about that, and Robin had said today there was somebody from the county that was willing to work with us to draw a new map and suggestions, because we even have apartments that are down here in residential that you wouldn't know that apartments and homes, the older homes on Main Street. We have apartments on this side of Main Street that aren't, zoned, they're zoned single family. So we need to kind of look at that on the zoning, and maybe work with that county official and have them come in and talk to us and work with us on getting a new map drawn up.
Yeah.
Like I told him in the return email, it's nothing that would happen overnight. I would bring it up at the meeting tonight for consideration. I don't know if we need a motion, maybe to have that person try to get them here or make a
I would say the
schedule.
property owner just needs to probably make an appearance or file with us to.
Right. Well, and that was,
Zone that properly and
Right.
obviously it's grandfathered, so.
and we also, the other ones was the, like,
Right.
we
Well, I
got
think
general
it's-
business that we have some residential in, so the overall thought was, for them, we can say that's grandfathered and that's no problem. But overall, look at our zoning map
Yeah.
and do some adjustments on there, cause we
Okay.
also have down on Washington Street duplexes.
Right,
that are
right.
Zone, so looking at that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Obviously, that's a case by case basis and. Handles accordingly, but yeah, I'd say the property owner of that particular
Yeah.
property just.
Exactly, and my thought is, and what was also brought up was it could discourage people from wanting to build duplexes and stuff because certain lots aren't zoned. So it might be something we look at and say that if a lot's a certain size, it can be zoned either, duplex, single family, stuff like that down the road. So we can encourage more building and stuff. So.
Okay.
So if nobody's opposed to that, we'll talk to that county person.
Yeah, I'd say get them in here.
Yeah. Yeah, if they
You're
were.
going to,
Well,
you're going to.
Yeah, I'll work with that with Robin and get them in and, she'll draw up a map, like a proposal, and then present it to us and all that stuff. And so,
that's good.
Yeah.
Anything else?
believe so. There was everything was settled with the kennels.
No, she brought me. My grandson.
Kennels are okay to go.
Kennels were okay.
Did they okay at the next day?
Yes, it did. Board approved the kennels, so.
The board, he said the board did approve them kennels, so.
Yeah, they've already voted and approved and.
Good deal.
No, I was told, we had fire marshal up here today, looking at the old bank building. The gentleman's now wanting to make it a coffee and donut shop because he's saying Dollar General's putting him out of business. So he can technically do that because he's gonna keep his occupancy under 49. He has to do a few other things, emergency lighting, exit lighting stuff that we deemed him kind of on. But he was saying that when that kennel opens, I need to go in and do a few inspections there every so often to make sure, same things, exit lighting. And I said, exit lighting? I'm like,
He
"These are
does,
dogs."
he has to go in?
No, I can do it.
Oh,
as
you,
the
okay.
building commissioner. And he's like, but if you have somebody in there, this, that, he said it can be a simple battery operated one that's, I'm like, okay. So, he said, it's not a huge thing, but he will be back in December to do kind of West Center, Dollar General, and then any other business he can spot check when it's open. So if she's opening it up, I'll just have a conversation with her like, hey, exit signs, emergency lighting thing,
Okay.
minimal things, fire extinguisher.
Yeah, I had a conversation with her today about it and told her to get with you, obviously, for a
Yeah.
building permit for fence and that kind of thing. So,
Okay, great.
okay. All right. Anything else? Anybody?
No?
Quick, simple, and easy.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right.
Second.
Those in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Meeting adjourned.
Go home, Dodgers already won, so.